Prepare yourself to join me on an enchanting journey of discovery and wonder as we uncover amazing and incredible sports cards using the best data tool known to man. We'll uncover hidden gems that will leave you in awe. Get ready to enhance your collection like never before. Your save searches will certainly grow. Let's data dive. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Data Dive powered by Market Movers. My name is Tyler Nethercott, better known as Teapot, and I'm back this week for a collector focused video, my favorite kind of video. And this one is all about discovery and exploration and seeing which cards speak to you the most. And as always, I'm using Market Movers for this video, and you should use Market Movers too. Visit marketmoversapp.com and use promo code DIVE, D-I-V-E, when you check out, and you'll get 14 days completely free to try out Market Movers, and then you'll get 20% off for life as long as you're subscribed. Now let's get into the data. All right, so this one's gonna be relatively short and sweet. I've done some longer videos over the last few weeks, so I'm gonna give you some of your time back so you can go find cards you love yourself. And I'm gonna show you how I use Market Movers to find cards that I frankly didn't know existed. The first, and one of the best places to go to, is our price movements feature. You just come over here to movements. You can do this on web and mobile. We've got a mobile app, iOS and Android, works just the same. And I'll show you my filters here. What I did was I put in Michael Jordan, and then I just put in PSA 9 because most Jordan cards sell and transact in a 9, and that way I won't see the same cards show up over and over. This is kind of a visual gallery. By default, when you come to this page, we give you the data in this list view. So I sorted in descending order by last sale date, or last sale price rather, so that I can see the most expensive down to the least expensive, so I can look at cards that I know I'll never have, and then I can eventually get to cards that I might like to have, and I'll show you how I do that. So this one's, like I said, it's all about discovery. One of the really cool things too is that if you're into 90s inserts or 90s parallels like I am, there's obviously other players on checklists, so you can look at these iconic Jordans, which always have great photos and are awesome cards, and then you can go check out the rest of the checklist and see who else you might be able to pick up for a fraction of the price. So I just like to scroll. Sometimes I just like to scroll and get lost and see these cards as they show up. Awesome, awesome cards. You know, scrolling down, and things will stand out to you. They'll catch your eye. You'll say, okay, I've got to have one of those. How much is that going to set me back? You know, I've done a video on these Star Rubies before out of 1996. They're not numbered, but they're really cool with the red foil. This is an awesome, you know, kind of subtle color match with, I mean, what a fantastic photo of Jordan. And so that's the first step. I can just scroll down and down and down, almost like an infinite sea of cards. And our database, by the way, now up to like 3.3 million featured cards in our database, so we're actively tracking prices on all of those cards, and you can use price movements as a really powerful tool, not just to track the price trends, but just to see what's out there and what you might like to go after. Now let's say I don't have this budget. I don't have $300,000 to spend on a Michael Jordan Ruby, so I'm gonna go use a price filter, and I'll do, let's say I'm gonna look at $100 to $300, and let's actually uncheck this and say, I don't mind what the grade is. I'm just gonna do graded only, hit the search button. Let's update this. I'll close my filters. And then I've got the data right here, so I can, you know, scroll down and see what might actually be in my price range. I really like these Flair Anticipations out of 1995 Flair. They're fantastic looking cards. These have very, very strong 90s vibes to them, so really cool there. I mean, look, you can even get a 1986 Fleer sticker. It's in a low grade, you know, a PSA 2.5, but there are ways to get into Michael Jordan rookie cards at a, I'll use quote unquote, affordable price. That's obviously a relative term. And we can keep scrolling down. These ones are really popular, these emotion intense cards. Those kind of got a bit of a cult following over the last few years. But this is just a great way to explore and to see what, you know, what's out there. These are obviously sold listings, but when you get down into this price range with cards that are tracking, you know, over time, then you'll be able to find cards, you know, that might be competitively priced in this range. So you can always click on this, pop it open, see if there's anything for sale right now on fixed price or auction using this little slide out. You can also click on this button, which will take you out to eBay to search for those cards. So there's obviously ways to do that. This card typically does have cards for sale. You can also pop it open and say, okay, well, what's a PSA 9 going to set me back? Oh, that's pretty close in price. You know, fixed price wise, here's some actually for sale, $293. So if I saw this card and I pop it open, I can click on this, takes me out to eBay, and I can see it looks like it's in Canadian sale, so $293. That's actually not a bad price for that card. If you're interested in it, you could consider buying that. So use price movements to your advantage. It's like exploring, but you have the comp data right at your fingertips, which is much easier than searching on eBay or any other marketplace, to look for cards. You've got it all here, beautiful images that we've cropped for you, and you can kind of get lost in the cards. Now, what if you don't want to use price movements? You want to kind of go the whole catalog of cards that are in existence. Well, that's where I would use sales history. So I'm going to look at a few different scenarios. I came to our sales history feature here. Once again, this is the web version of Market Movers, but we do have the mobile app. You can use it exactly the same. And I just typed in Giannis. And then I came down to the filters, and I did a price filter, $50 to $200. And I'm just sorted by date, and I can just start scrolling. I can see what kinds of cards have been selling in that price range. I can scroll down, and here's a card that I am a huge fan of, absolutely huge fan of. I actually just bought one of these. I didn't buy this one. I bought the sale of this card prior to it. But these Cosmic Storm Origins numbered to 10, they have these numbered to 10. I believe they have them red numbered to 75, a couple other parallels, and then there's like base ones that are more common, that are very accessible from a price point and still frankly look pretty much just as cool, slightly different coloring. But the rainbow foil text, really pops on these cards. This one's serial numbered. You've got space, you've got electricity, you've got Giannis going up for a dunk. I mean, what's not to like about this card? Very, very cool card. So again, you can kind of look at these. Here's another one that I'm a favorite of, these Auroras. I also have one of these in a PSA 9. I love Court Kings, anything Court Kings I'm a fan of. So again, you can scroll down, you can look for these cards, and then what you can do is, depending on what you have typed into your query here, if I typed in something more specific like Court Kings, and let's say I typed in 2022, or actually let's say I type in Aurora, right? And I can see all these Aurora sales. So I've got the pricing data. This is, by the way, it's so much faster than searching on eBay. It's very responsive, very quick, and you're getting data from many different marketplaces, not just eBay. So I click on this, I'll open this up. You can see we've got 90s Auctions, eBay, Golden, Heritage, Huggins & Scott, Leland's, Love of the Game, My Slabs, Pristine Auction, PWCC. We're going to be adding anywhere from probably 7 to 10 more marketplaces yet this year to this database. So lots of data crossing multiple marketplaces. And then if you are looking at these and you want to go out and you want to search for one, you can always still click on this button. It'll take you out to eBay and just execute that search. So it's very seamless is the point. Obviously, you can go to eBay yourself and type that type of a thing in, but this takes you from that real-time pricing data right out to eBay. You're not having to click on and off of the View Sold filter and kind of sort within eBay's UI. You can do it right within Market Movers. So that's one way I like to do it, just a general search with Giannis. Here's another one. I could look at Aiden Hutchinson, and this is a little pro tip. So if you do open parenthesis and type in one phrase, which I did here, so I'm going to actually zoom in so you can see that, case hit, right? I put in case hit, and then I did a comma, SSP. So let's say I want to know what's out there that might be something a little bit more rare of Aiden Hutchinson. All right, so I can scroll through this, and I can see somebody's got this Genesis parallel, which, by the way, they're not SSP. Genesis are not SSP. They're very, very cool looking cards, but from a price point perspective, I think they're a little inflated. They're kind of like the poor man's Nebula in that they're not serial numbered to 1, and they're not SSPs. I think the print run of these is probably around 150, 200, maybe more. If you go out and look at Global Pop Reports or PSA, pop reports, you can see that they're not SSP. I'd actually like to know from all of you down in the comments, what do you consider the criteria for SSP? I have this conversation a lot with friends. Is it any card with a print run 25 and below? Should serial number cards be labeled as SSP, or should that be reserved for image variations and other non-numbered case hit type cards? That's sort of a hotly debated topic. I see people do this all the time though, where a card is, print runs 200 and it says SSP, or it says SP and it's just some common variation. I think we need to come together as a hobby and have consensus around that if we can. So here's a card that I didn't know I needed, and this is 2022 Prestige Aiden Hutchinson Rookie Portraits, card number 26, and it says case hit. I went out and I looked to see, is this actually a case hit? There was nothing on the Cardboard Connection or Beckett or manufacturer checklist that said this was a case hit. So how do I know? Sometimes people just like to put those things in here. $35 is a pretty nice price for a really nice looking card, actually. So I can click on this. I can always pop open the image. This gives me Court Kings vibe or Gridiron Kings vibes. It's a really cool looking card. So what I do right from within this screen, I don't even have to leave sales history. I popped up here. Oh, look, that card's actually in our featured card data set already because our data team rocks. So I can see here, $35, there's that same sale this card sold for. I even got a nicer cropped picture, and I can click on this and I can see, oh, look at that. This card has sold, 3 times over the last 180 days. The other thing that I can do is I can come to sales history and I can just scroll down to see, it's almost like Inception, but I don't have to leave my search. I can look at it from within this screen to see other ones that have sold, historically. So there's options to do that within sales history as well. That makes it really easy to navigate. Now here's another one that I really like, these White Knights. They are a little bit expensive, but they're really, really clean looking. So PSA 8, you can see that this one sold for $150. These actually are case hits from within Panini Black, which is kind of a low-key awesome set. It doesn't get a lot of fanfare, but the inserts are really, really cool in that product. So this is another thing, you can kind of laser in on specific data within here and look for something that you like. I really like case hits. I like SSP type inserts from modern products, especially Panini has historically done a really nice job with them to give them their flowers, at least for that. And then last, let's do some color match exploration. John Stockton Purple color match stuff. Pick a page. So I come here and I can see here's a purple Pulsar number to 35. It looks like a couple of those have sold. I'm kind of after one of those myself. Purple Ice number to 149, John Stockton. I actually bought this card, this Fast Break Purple Prism, and the seller did a nice job. I will say if you're selling on eBay and you're able to get good lighting for your cards, especially refractors, it makes a big difference. It makes people want to buy the card. So this is number 74 of 75. I bought that one. This one also caught my eye. These Elite cards, Donruss Elite, have gotten very popular because they're saturated. They look like precious metal gems. They look like totally certified cards. They look like Treble, which is a soccer product. So anytime you get that full bleed saturated color, especially for a color match or something kind of analogous, those things definitely stand out. $6.50 for number to 49. I probably would have snagged that card if I had been watching that. So how do I use this? I like to use this to kind of then refine my searches on eBay. And you can go out and make a saved search within eBay. And I could do this, here where I might do like, let's say I might do like Pulsar. And then let's say I already bought the one from 2023. You can do minus 2023. You can start to narrow your scope down as you pick up cards once you buy them on eBay. Another really nice thing, you can come into sales history and let's say I bought this card. I could come in here, hit this little button, easily add it to my collection and track it. Even if it's not in our featured card data, you can still add it as a manual card. So lots of great options. Use Market Movers to explore, to dive into things, and then make those saved searches on eBay or on PWCC, on other websites, and get out there and get shopping. Now I want to know what you think. What cards are you after that the rest of us might not know about? And have you used Market Movers to refine or expand your target list? Let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, do me a huge favor and like this video. Make sure to subscribe, share it with a friend. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, happy investing, keep on collecting, and make sure to have fun.